this time it was more recent. She told me about Dorothy Dix and how amazing she was. At first, I did not believe her. First, she talked about her childhood. She told me that she was born at the Maine frontier. She attended school, though. By the time she was 12, her parents sent her away to her grandmother's house. She attended school there too. When she was 14, she was done with the 8th grade and was done with school. She opened her own grade school. After a few years, she opened a larger school. This school was for poor children. She would still study long afterwards. Eventually, she wrote her own book. Soon, teachers throughout the nation used it. One day in March 1841, she got a letter. A young Harvard student was asked to set up a Sunday school class for a prisoner. When he could not keep order among the prisoners, Dorothy had decided to take the job herself. When she got there, she found a woman in there who were people who stole and stuff like that. There was even lunatics in the prison. Not just everyday lunatics, but ones that weren't even lunatics at all, my mother would say. They were mentally ill people. They would be cold and dark cellars. They were not just in cells. My mom says that. Dix even said they were in cages, closets, cellars, stalls, and pens. They were beaten, chained, and naked. Dorothea wanted to change this. She went to legislators on the issue, and they refused to raise money to make a new mental hospital. She did not give up. The next she went to the papers, and they printed stories on the issue. Eventually, she won, and the legislators gave her money to make a new mental hospital. That was not all she did. She spoke about conditions things were like in prisons. They would also starve the prisoners unless they could pay for food. She also detested the fact that they jailed debaters. She thought, how could they pay off debts in prison? After she called for this change, people in other states changed the prison system. Now prison systems, there are only 1 or 2 inmates to a cell. People with minor crimes have short time, and they stopped treating people who were debaters like criminals. Before the 1820s, most children had no school. That was because public school was rare. Usually, if there was one nearby, it would be old. The teachers there are usually not that educated. They also were crowded. Then New York reformed its schools. Soon others followed. Horace Mann, the one who fought the most for better schools, he hounded legislators for 12 years to invest the money for school. With Horace Mann to lead the path to Massachusetts built schools with an extended year. They also built colleges to educate the teachers. A few years back, Timothy Shea released a book called 10 Nights in a Bar Room and What I Saw There. Alcohol hurts people's lives, so people rejected the idea. So they started what is called the temperance movement. They did all they could to win. In the 1850s, they won. Maine banned selling alcohol. 8 other states did too.